Okay, Mr. Bishop,
Yes.
you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, my girlfriend, Linda, she hasn't been supporting the child like I feel like she should be doing.
What do you mean she hasn't been supporting the child? You
Well,
talking about emotional support? You talking about financial support? What type of support are you talking about?
Financial support, actually being there, visiting, it's very rare that she comes around.
Okay.
And
What is
when-
it that you're asking me to do about that?
I would like to have some kind of financial support from her end if we could set up some sort of visitation that she actually is in the child's.
Welcome back to Judge Zone. Make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a moment inside the courtroom. Today, we're diving into a jaw-dropping case that took a sharp turn the moment it began. Buckle up. This one's anything but ordinary. It all starts with Mr. Bishop, who brings a case against his ex-girlfriend, Linda. At first glance, it seems like a straightforward issue. He's seeking child support and a defined visitation schedule. But things quickly take a strange and even disturbing turn. Mr. Bishop explains that Linda has been completely absent, not just financially but emotionally as well, from the life of their 2-year-old son. This isn't about the occasional missed weekend. According to Mr. Bishop, Linda is virtually missing in action when it comes to parenting. Now, he's turning to the court for help, asking for enforcement, structure, and ultimately accountability.
And how old is the child?
2 years old.
2 years old.
2 years old.
You don't visit with the baby?
No.
No?
I have a night job, and so I sleep during the day, so it's really hard to get up and see the child.
So because you have a night job, you cannot spend time with your baby? That's what you're saying today?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you're okay with that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you not want to be a mom?
No, Your Honor. I did not want the child. Philip convinced me to have him. I thought it would be okay, but it ended up being a boy, not a girl.
So let me get this straight. You do not want the child because it's a boy and not a girl?
Correct.
That is like the most ridiculous thing anybody has ever said in my courtroom.
Seems reasonable enough, right? But then Linda takes the stand, and what she says leaves everyone in the courtroom stunned. She admits, point blank, that she didn't want the child, not because she wasn't ready to be a parent, not because of financial struggles or personal hardships, but because the baby was a boy. Yes, you heard that right. Her reason for emotionally and financially abandoning her own child? He was the wrong gender.
Because of the gender? So do you not think you need to be paying child support to him?
No, he makes more money than I do.
But he has the full responsibility of parenting the child. You're not doing anything. You don't even want the baby.
Yeah, if he wanted the baby, he should take care of it then.
You made that up. Okay, let's go ahead and move forward because...
At this point, even the judge looks visibly shaken. This isn't just a case of poor parenting. It's a chilling display of pure indifference. Linda goes on to say, "Phil convinced me to have him. I thought it would be okay, but he ended up being a boy, not a girl. That's it. That's her entire justification for walking away from her own child. And just when you think it can't get any more surreal, Linda continues. She claims she can't visit her son because of her work schedule. She works nights and sleeps during the day. Okay, sure. Life happens, but then comes the bombshell. When asked directly if she even wants to be a mother, Linda doesn't hesitate. She says no. She makes it crystal clear. This baby was never part of her plan, and now she's leaving everything, every responsibility, every sacrifice, on Philip's shoulders.
How much money do you make?
$4,000 a month.
4,000. 4,000. What do you do for a living?
I'm an entertainer.
What does that mean?
I'm an exotic dancer.
Oh, okay. So $4,000. Wait a minute. So you mean to tell me that exotic dancers cannot be in their children's lives? Oh no, you said you don't want to be in the child's life.
Yes.
You just want him to pay you child support and you want him to assume the full responsibility of taking care of the child too, because he wanted the child.
Well, I didn't want child support from him. He can just have...
But you don't want him to pay. I mean, you don't want to pay him.
Correct.
No, that's not how this...
Then, the financial details come into play. Linda earns about $4,000 a month working as an exotic dancer. While the judge doesn't pass judgment on her profession, she can't ignore the contradiction. Linda claims she can't support her child, yet she clearly has the income to do so. She just chooses not to. The court crunches the numbers. After taxes, Linda nets about $3,200 each month. Based on her income, her child support obligation is calculated at $653.36. Add to that the $344 a month Philip pays for the child's health insurance, and Linda's total contribution comes to a mere $997.36 a month.
Is not going to be the one that takes care of the child 100% of the time, and then you just get to go dance or whatever it is that you do. I'm not exactly sure what you do at your overnight job. That's just not how it works. So let me tell you what we're going to do. You're going to start paying him child support a month. Now, in terms of visitation, if she doesn't want to visit with the child, there's nothing I can do to make her do that. However, she will start paying some sort of child support today, okay?
Okay.
And you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you have a problem with that?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, just making sure.
Linda doesn't argue. She quietly accepts the ruling. Maybe reality has finally sunk in, or maybe she realizes she's not going to talk her way out of this one. But there's more. The judge makes it crystal clear. Child support isn't fixed. As the child grows, needs increase, from schooling to activities, healthcare, and beyond. And if Linda's income rises, so too will her obligation to contribute. But the most sobering moment of the hearing comes when the judge delivers the harsh truth. She tells Linda flat out, "There's nothing we can do to force you to visit the child." That's the heartbreaking reality. Courts can enforce financial support, but they can't make someone care.
So, at $4,000 a month, I have your net calculated at $3,266.81, which brings your child support amount to, you only have one child?
Correct.
Okay, $653.36, and you cover health insurance?
Yes.
How much is it?
$344 a month.
300, and that's for the child only. That doesn't include you, right?
Correct.
Okay. So that amount is going to be added to that. So $653.36 plus the $344 that he pays in health insurance will be $997.36 a month. Okay?
And that's the real tragedy here. At the end of the day, this wasn't just about money. It was about accountability, morality, and the emotional well-being of a child who had no say in any of this. Mr. Bishop stepped up when Linda stepped out. And today, the court gave him a small but vital win: financial relief and an official acknowledgement that parenting should never be a one-sided burden. So what's the takeaway here? Being a parent isn't about convenience. It's not about whether life went according to your plan. It's about doing what's right, even when it's tough. Especially when it's tough. And to Linda, if you're listening, we hope someday you realize it's not the gender that defines your child. It's the love, the guidance, and the time you pour into raising them.
That should be enough for you to cover anything that you need to get for the child. And just so you know, this child is going to grow up, obviously. He's 2 years old now. He can come back later as, you know, his life changes. He starts going to school. He might want to put him in private school or, you know, anything like that. Any type of extracurricular activities. He comes back in here. You've made more money. You already know what's going to happen, right?
Yes, ma'am.
What's going to happen?
I would have to pay more.
Oh, okay. Long as you understand that. All right. Is there anything further?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Okay.
And that wraps up this case. If you found this breakdown eye-opening, insightful, or just plain wild, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to Judge Zone for more real-life courtroom drama and commentary. Until next time, this is Judge Zone, where justice speaks and truth is never on mute. See you in the next one.